After years of promises broken, secrets hidden, and millions tied up in land disputes, Meri and Janelle just landed a devastating legal blow, forcing Kody Brown to pay $375,000 each. But this is just the beginning. The OG3 are now united in a legal war Kody never expected. Stay tuned, because this battle could change everything you thought you knew about sister wives. The dream that turned to dust. Let's go back to where it all began. Coyote Pass wasn't just land, it was supposed to be the Brown family's legacy. A sprawling property in Flagstaff, divided into separate parcels where each wife would have her own home. A fresh start after years in Las Vegas. But almost as soon as they signed the papers, cracks began to show. While the cameras rolled, Kody spoke about unity. But off-camera, legal agreements told a different story, one where control of the land was slowly shifting toward Kody and Robin. This isn't uncommon in polygamist families. Without legal marriage protections, assets are often divided based on whoever's name is on the paperwork, not who actually contributed financially. The boiling point. By late 2023, tensions were at a breaking point. Meri had been distancing herself emotionally for years. Janelle had been openly frustrated about the lack of progress on her home. And then came the trigger, a proposed restructuring of the land ownership that would have left Meri and Janelle with less than their fair share. According to sources close to the family, this was when Janelle did something Kody never expected. She hired her own lawyer. Days later, Meri joined her, and for the first time in years, the two stood together on the same side of a fight. It's easy to underestimate Meri. She's often painted as the quiet, loyal wife. But legal disputes have a way of revealing a person's resolve, and Meri had finally had enough. Inside the courtroom battle, the court's decision hinged on one critical clause, buried deep in the original purchase contract. It stated that each spouse listed had equal value rights in the event of liquidation. That meant no matter how Kody tried to restructure, if the property was sold or bought out, each had to receive an equal portion of its appraised value. Graphics showing the math. $1.5 million total value divided by 4 equal shares equals $375,000 each for Meri and Janelle. When the appraisal came in, it was worth more than Kody had let on, over $1.5 million. He couldn't sidestep it. Either he sold the entire property, or paid Meri and Janelle out of pocket. This is where knowing your legal rights matters. Without that original clause, Kody could have forced them out with far less. But because they stood their ground, and had the paperwork, he was trapped. Kody's fury, Robin's panic. Witnesses say Kody was furious, pacing outside the courtroom, muttering under his breath. Robin reportedly broke down in tears when she realized the financial hit would cripple their plans to finally build their dream home on Coyote Pass. This wasn't just a loss, it was humiliation. For years, Kody had painted himself as the master planner. But in one court ruling, Meri and Janelle proved they could outmaneuver him. For Kody, this was more than money. It was about control. And when you lose control in a family dynamic like this, the ripple effects are enormous. The OG3 alliance. And here's where the story takes a turn. Christine, who left the marriage in 2021, reached out to congratulate them. Insiders say the three women met privately soon after, discussing not just this win, but a larger strategy. Some sources claim they're considering a joint legal review of past TLC earnings, merchandise deals, and property distributions, an unprecedented move that could force financial transparency from Kody and Robyn. If they go down this road, it could open a legal can of worms. Reality TV contracts are notoriously complex, and if profit sharing wasn't clear, we could see a second, even bigger legal battle. Beyond the drama, this case highlights something important, especially for women in non-traditional relationships. Property rights, contracts, and financial transparency matter. Without them, years of work and contribution can be erased in an instant. Meri and Janelle's victory wasn't luck, it was the result of understanding their legal position, documenting their contributions, and being willing to fight for it. In many ways, this story is a cautionary tale. Whether you're in a polygamist family, a business partnership, or a long-term relationship, protect your interests from the start. What's next for Coyote Pass? So where does this leave Coyote Pass? Will Kody mortgage it to keep his dream alive? Will he sell and walk away? Or will this be the beginning of a larger downfall? With the OG3 more united than ever, Kody is facing a front he hasn't seen before. 3 women who know him better than anyone, armed with the truth, the receipts, and now, the legal momentum. Let's deep dive in details. When the Browns left Las Vegas, Coyote Pass was supposed to be their fresh start, a sprawling Arizona property where each wife would build her dream home. It was sold as a family legacy, a unifying dream on camera. But behind the scenes, the story was much darker. What the cameras didn't show was the complex web of ownership, documents heavily favoring Kody and Robyn, while promises to Meri and Janelle remained unfulfilled. For years, those cracks slowly widened until they could no longer be ignored. By 2022, tensions exploded. Kody's attempts to restructure ownership to his and Robyn's advantage sparked fury. Janelle, frustrated and feeling sidelined, hired her own lawyer. Days later, Meri, tired of waiting and being ignored, joined forces with her. This moment was a turning point. Meri and Janelle, often seen as rivals or distant allies, found common ground in legal battle, a united front no one anticipated. Inside the courtroom, the secret weapon was a buried clause in the original purchase agreement, guaranteeing equal liquidation rights for all wives listed. The property appraisal came back at over $1.5 million, meaning Kody was legally obligated to pay Meri and Janelle $375,000 each. Kody's legal team tried to downplay the clause, arguing family intention should matter more, but the judge ruled the contract was clear and binding. This forced Kody into an impossible choice: pay up, or lose the land entirely. Kody's reaction was explosive, inside and out of court. Sources reveal he was seen storming the courthouse and muttering about betrayal. Robyn, overwhelmed, broke down in tears, realizing their dream home was now a financial nightmare. This defeat wasn't just about money, it cut deep into Kody's identity as patriarch and family leader. For years, he controlled not just property but the narrative itself. Now, Meri and Janelle held the cards. And here's where the story takes a shocking twist. Christine, who left the family in 2021, reportedly reunited with Meri and Janelle in a private meeting. The OG3, once fractured, are now plotting something much bigger than just land disputes. Insiders say they are exploring legal action to revisit TLC earnings, merchandise revenues, and previous financial dealings, aiming for full transparency and justice. What this battle exposes is a broader truth about polygamist families. Without legal marriage recognition, asset protection is fragile. Contracts and documented agreements become lifelines. Meri and Janelle's victory shows the power of knowing your rights and having the courage to fight for them. For many women in similar relationships, this story is both a warning and an inspiration. Protecting yourself legally is not just smart, it's necessary. The future of Coyote Pass hangs in the balance. Will Kody sell the property to cover the payouts? Or will he take on crippling debt to hold on to his vision? Meanwhile, with nearly $750,000 in hand and a newfound alliance, Meri, Janelle, and Christine are stronger than ever, ready to push further. Whatever happens, this legal victory has shaken the foundation of the Brown family and set the stage for even more explosive revelations. When the Browns left Las Vegas in 2018, Kody's vision was grand: one massive property in Flagstaff, Arizona, known as Coyote Pass, where the entire family would build custom homes. TLC cameras captured the dream, but not the details buried in the contracts. But behind the scenes, the financials were fragile. Each wife contributed differently. Christine and Janelle poured in earnings from TLC paychecks, LuLaRoe sales, and personal savings. Meri's in revenue became another lifeline. Yet Kody kept control centralized, often insisting all assets were family money. This is a textbook example of asset pooling in a non-legally recognized plural marriage. Without clear contracts, the person holding the deeds, or influencing the paperwork, holds the power. And Kody knew it. By 2020, the cracks were impossible to hide. Christine openly doubted the plan. Janelle was frustrated. She'd parked an RV on the property just to stay close to the dream, while Kody delayed construction again and again. Meri, sidelined in the family, began spending more time away in Utah. But the real turning point came in 2022 when Kody allegedly proposed restructuring the ownership shares, reducing Meri's and Janelle's stakes, while strengthening his and Robin's. It wasn't just an idea, it was the opening shot of a war. For years, neither Meri nor Janelle had challenged Kody legally. But this time was different. Janelle contacted a property attorney in Flagstaff. Meri, usually cautious, joined her days later. In that moment, the balance of power shifted. They discovered something Kody didn't expect them to find: a clause from the original purchase contract guaranteeing equal liquidation value for every spouse listed. That clause was about to cost Kody $750,000. When Kody got wind of the legal challenge, insiders say he was livid. Conversations turned into shouting matches. Robin was seen in tears outside a Flagstaff cafe, reportedly telling a friend she felt betrayed. Meanwhile, TLC crews were quietly told to avoid filming certain confrontations, worried about airing potential legal liabilities. In reality TV, production often shapes the narrative. But the legal process? That's raw, unfiltered, and once it's in the courts, no producer can control the outcome. In early 2025, the case hit court. Both sides presented ownership documents, contribution records, and land appraisals. The pivotal moment came when the judge acknowledged the equal liquidation clause, meaning Kody had to either sell the land or buy them out at market value. Kody's lawyers pushed back, claiming family intention should weigh more than legal text. The judge disagreed. Contracts were binding, intentions were not. The ruling was swift: pay Meri and Janelle $375,000 each, or liquidate the property. Witnesses say Kody left the courthouse furious, slamming the door of his truck so hard it startled passers-by. Robin, visibly shaken, clung to him as they drove away. For a man used to controlling the narrative, this public defeat was a blow he couldn't hide. This wasn't just about the money, it was about status. Kody's image as the patriarch had been built over decades. Losing this battle meant losing a piece of that identity. Just days after the ruling, Meri and Janelle were spotted having dinner with Christine in Utah. Insiders claim they toasted not just to the payout, but to the possibility of a much larger legal campaign. According to one source, they discussed reviewing past TLC contracts, merchandise profits, and even past real estate deals, anything that could reveal financial manipulation. It wasn't about revenge for revenge's sake, it was about reclaiming what they believed they were owed. This battle highlights a reality few talk about. In plural marriages, especially those not legally recognized, property rights are murky. Without written agreements, one person's control can wipe away years of someone else's contributions. Meri and Janelle's victory was possible because they had paperwork and weren't afraid to use it. The future of Coyote Pass hangs in the balance. If Kody mortgages the property, he risks long-term debt. If he sells, he loses the last symbol of his vision for the family. Meanwhile, the OG3 are more united than ever, and with $750,000 between them, they have the resources to keep pushing. One battle is over, but the war for Coyote Pass, and the truth, is far from finished. If you were Meri or Janelle, would you settle and move on? Or keep fighting until Kody loses everything? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for the next chapter in this incredible saga.